Thanks for staying with us. Customs continue to seize PMS from smugglers operating along the nation's borderline. Also on Customs Report, Customs Image Maker speaks on the contribution of the Nigerian Customs Service to the economic advancement of the country. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The Customs Image Maker has been speaking on the activities of the Nigerian Customs Service in the last 6 months. He said that the revenue generation in Nigerian Customs Service has also grown in the area of import outside the country in the last 6 months, attributed the increase to government policies and the siege of customs attitude towards import alongside export in the country.
The revenue target given the Nigerian Customs Service for the year 2022 is 3 trillion and 19 billion naira. This amount exceeds the target for 2021 by 80.78%. As it has become customary, the service remains focused and steadfast in its commitment to meet the challenges of the moment, fully confident in its ability to innovate and adapt to a dynamic socio-economic environment. Revenue. Between January and June 2022, we have been able to generate the sum of 1 trillion 292 billion 904 million 201,376 naira 89 kobo into the Federation account, as against the sum of 1 trillion 3 billion 540 million 84,590 naira 16 kobo for the corresponding period in 2021. The amount generated surpassed our achievements of last year by 289 billion 364 million 116,786 naira 73 kobo, or 28.83%. This is even more remarkable given the fact that only 116,691 pre-arrival assessment reports (PARs) were issued against 127,667 PARs processed in the same period of 2021. The sum of 156 billion 315 million 758,646 naira and 18 kobo was also generated into the non-federation account as collections made on behalf of other government agencies. Excise, free trade zones and industrial incentives. Excise duty being tax levied on the manufacture, sale and consumption of goods under excise control was collected through 22 commands of the service. A total of 68 billion 15 million 808,146 naira and 61 kobo was collected from manufacturers of beer, spirits and other alcoholic beverages, cigarettes and tobacco, among other products, from January to June 2022. Also, in the month of June, the service commenced collections from extant traders producing carbonated and sugary drinks, newly added under Schedule 5 of the Common External Tariff. So far, the service has collected from carbonated and sugary drinks more than 1 billion in the month of June. Other revenues from telecommunications, call and data, digital network services are yet to be collected. The Nigerian Customs Service is expected to start collecting revenue on these products and services as soon as the modalities for collection are put in place. Duties from these revenue sources are expected to boost our collections in the current year. Of the 42 free trade zones in Nigeria, only 25 are active, with 15 of them operating in Zone A, 4 in Zone B, 5 in Zone C, and 1 in Zone D. In addition to providing employment opportunities for Nigerians, these special economic zones are expected to engender the transfer of technology, help build local capacity, provide viable market for other local producers of raw materials, and increase the quality of goods which can potentially be available in the local market on the payment of relevant duties and taxes.
He speaks on other issues concerning customs operations.
One of the successes recorded so far is the VIN valuation protocol, which uses the vehicle identity number as a guide for the payment of appropriate taxes. This tool has helped to plug leakages and has also proven to be an effective way of checkmating false declarations for vehicles. Time-release studies on procurement of pre-arrival assessment reports shows that it takes compliant traders averagely 1 day, 7 hours and 6 minutes to submit, validate, approve, and register applications for PAR. Noting the importance of stakeholder engagement, the service has continued to carry out sensitization programs which highlight improvements in our processes and procedures. These exercises are carried out to get user buy-in and understanding. Indeed, the emphasis remains trade facilitation as an incentive for voluntary compliance. The deployment of non-intrusive inspection devices, otherwise known as scanners in Apapa, Tin Can, and on airports, signals a readiness by the service to expedite cargo examination processes using robust risk management tools. In this area too, the service has held sensitization programs for importers, agents, shipping companies, and terminal operators, outlining a standard operating procedure which promises fast delivery of cargo for compliant traders. Recruitment. The second batch of recruitment, which is a continuation of the 2019 exercise, witnessed over 5,000 potential recruits drawn from all the 774 local government areas participate in computer-based tests conducted in the 6 geopolitical areas of the Federation. Reports from this exercise indicated low turnout from certain local government areas, states, and zones. Hence, management in its magnanimity has directed that these persons be given another opportunity to take the CBT on the 23rd of August 2022. Successful candidates in these exercises shall be notified, while plans are being made for their resumption at the various training colleges of the service. Meanwhile, over 1,500 recruits who recently graduated from our training colleges in Lagos and Kano have since been deployed to their various commands and units. In conclusion, the Nigerian Customs Service is optimistic about achieving the revenue target set for it by government in the current year. Our focus is on fortifying our risk management tools to drastically minimize leakages and curtail the activities of non-compliant traders. We understand the important role of technology in this endeavor. That is why our focus is on actualizing the full automation of all our activities as encapsulated in the concession agreement vetted by Infrastructure Concession Regulation Commission (ICRC) and signed with Trade Modernization Nigeria Limited and our technical partners Huawei Technologies Limited. This agreement promises to usher in a whole new era that will radically transform the operations of the service and bring it at par with leading customs administrations.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tin Can Customs Command has said that the VIN violation system will further reduce fraud in the system. According to him, the VIN violation is a system that will enable importers to clear their consignment immediately. He speaks more on other issues in regards to port operations.
Implementation of VIN valuation service. The operational process of Nigerian Customs Service in the year under review strongly aligned with the theme for the 2022 International Customs Day, which is scaling up customs digital transformation by embracing a data culture and building a data ecosystem. This is evident through the implementation of VIN valuation service, a service that depends solely on the information stored on customs and third-party database to determine the value of all imported vehicles for the purpose of determining customs duty. I must emphasize this. We are not using benchmark values. We're using transaction values as embedded in the valuation, ACV valuation codes. Represent an increase of 60% from the 66,294,613,421 naira only, recorded in the fiscal year 2022. We commend the management of the Nigerian Ports Authority for their seamless collaboration with the command in facilitating the clearance process of export-related cargo at Tinkan Island Port Command. Trade facilitation and engagement. In the area of trade facilitation, the command continues to provide a conducive environment for trade through continuous engagement and collaboration with relevant stakeholders, regulatory agencies of government. Additionally, the dispute settlement structure of the command aligns with the provision of the import duty mechanism outlined in paragraph 8, subparagraph 8 of the import guidelines, procedure and documentation requirements, which allows an importer to take delivery of his cargo in the case of persistent dispute after securing a bank bond the total duty, to cover the total duty and taxes payable on the item being disputed. We continue to express our appreciation and support and clear sense of direction from the Control General of Custom, Colonel Amir Ibrahim Ali, retired, and the management of the Nigerian Customs Service for their relentless effort towards strengthening the capacity of the service to perform its statutory responsibility in line with international best practices. We also give special recognition to the members of the press for their invaluable support through thick and thin, and your objectivity in reporting our activities, and assure you that we do not take this partnership for granted. I also appreciate the contribution of my management team, as well as officers and men of the command, and I hereby urge them to continue to support this administration as we strive to achieve greater heights. Finally, the command will continue to put in more efforts towards better performance, and is optimistic that with the modernization agenda of the service, the recent deployment of non-intrusive technology, such as scanners, will be able to achieve more in our core responsibilities.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Semi-Customs Command has impounded jerrycans of PMS for smugglers along the nation's borderline. The Customs Controller said that the Customs will continue to look for the smugglers who will try to smuggle the consignment outside the country. According to the area controller, Mohammed Jibo, his men stormed the location where the products were kept waiting to be smuggled to neighboring country, Benin Republic. In all, 3,098 jerrycans of PMS, equivalent to 4 trucks, were seized.
So far from the available records, I think so far in this command, this happens to be the biggest seizure or arrest ever made. So I am much grateful to my officers for their perseverance and professionalism in ensuring that they keep monitoring these people. And the day they were to work, we struck on them. I commend them, and I assure you, those officers that were involved, they will receive some commendation from us.
The controller, however, reiterated the commitment of his officers to continue making smuggling unattractive, noting that the economic saboteur will be frustrated until smuggling is suppressed to the barest minimum.
For the youths, that we try to see that we involve them in most of activities that can take their minds away from smuggling. They normally understand the reason why custom is here. We are here to partner with them. We are here to serve them, not here to disturb or stop anybody that's engaged in his legal businesses. We're here to ensure that we encourage those that are ready or compliant traders. So the community with us, we have no problem.
He warned communities living along the border area to stop allowing smugglers to use their back to smuggle PMS outside the country. The Ogun 1 Command has intercepted goods worth millions of naira from smugglers operating in that area. The custom boss said that importers should always come forward and clear their consignment. You use the opportunity to warn smugglers against bringing in consignment into the country not approved by government.
Aimed at highlighting the efforts of the command in promoting socio-economic development in Nigeria through revenue generation, anti-smuggling operations, and trade facilitation for the month of July 2022. I must emphasize that this would not have been possible without the inspiration and sterling leadership of the Customs Controller General, Colonel Ahmed Ali, retired. Let me begin with the revenue generation. During the period under review, the command generated a total sum of 13,848,370 naira only from import duty and auction sales of petroleum products, PMS, intercepted during anti-smuggling operations. Anti-smuggling activities. The command during its intensive and intelligence-based anti-smuggling operations recorded a seizure of 3,154 bags of foreign parboiled rice of 50 kilograms each, an equivalent of 5 trailer loads. This quantity of rice, if allowed into the Nigerian market, will have harmed the federal government rice policy aimed at providing staple food at affordable prices and employment to jobless citizens. Also, a truck with Lagos State registration number EK971YE, loaded with 75 bags of foreign parboiled rice of 50 kilograms each, was intercepted along Ibeshe Road, Yewa North Local Government Area of Ogun State, in the early hours of Sunday, 21st of August, 2022. Several other seizures recorded in their various quantities within the month of July include used compressors, 150 pieces, used vehicle, that is means of conveyance, 8 units, used clothing, 153 bales and 68 sacks, used shoes, 79 sacks, foreign wines, 111 cartons and 220 pieces, used tires, 301 pieces, PMS, 724 kegs of 25 liters each, which is equivalent of 18,100 liters. Frozen products, frozen poultry products, 310 cartons. Used bags, 16 sacks. The cumulative duty paid value, DPV, for all the above seizures amounted to 311,924,551 naira and 92 kobo only.
He speaks further on other issues in regard to smuggling in the last 6 months.
CSR. Aside from the proactive operations in checking illicit trading in the local border, the command also engages in non-kinetic activities, whose objective is to make the area conducive for economic activities to thrive. Currently, the command's football club, known as Customs FC, which has been in existence for decades, was promoted from Nigeria Nationwide League Division 3 to Division 2 on 19 July 2022. Presently, youth from the various border communities across the state constitute a majority of its players, about 18 of them. Another 6 of its players are natives of different states of the nation and Republic of Benin, while only 8 of its players are officers of Nigerian Customs Service. One of its coaches, a native of Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State, Mr. Fatai Biliyu, is currently undergoing a training at the National Institute for Sports, Surulere, Lagos, for 1-year advanced coaching course being sponsored by Nigerian Customs Service. One of the advantages derivable from the football club is to keep the youth, native players from the border communities engaged so that they may stay away from illicit and criminal activities while ensuring that they earn a living. In addition, with the recent promotion to Division 2 of the National League, the prospect of its promotion to Division 1 and ultimately to the Premier League is very high. I wish to add that the mission and vision of the command are to groom international players of repute and enviable status, which will consequently be a glory for their respective communities. Let me reassure the legitimate business communities of our maximum cooperation for trade facilitation. You are free to contact us for any trade-related information, inquiry, as well as complaints. May I also use this avenue to warn criminal elements in the state to stay clear of smuggling activities. The command remains resolute to its mandate of suppression of smuggling and other illicit activities inimical to the economic growth of our great country, Nigeria. We shall foil any nefarious activities, make arrests, and prosecute anyone caught in illicit acts. We implore well-meaning and patriotic Nigerians to cooperate with us by providing useful information against economic sabotage for the sake of our dear nation's development. Let me at this point thank and appreciate the Customs Controller General, Colonel Hamid Ali retired, and his management team for their continuous support, which has been enhancing our performance. May I also appreciate our gallant officers and men, critical stakeholders, members of the press, other security agencies and traditional rulers for their continuous collaborative efforts and synergy with the service while carrying out our statutory mandate in the state.
The newly appointed Assistant Controller General of Customs and Training and Condition Headquarters, the Nigerian Customs Service, will continue to train members of staffs all over the country. It speaks more on this training happening right in Abuja.
He decided that they should be given another opportunity to sit for the CBT again, because in some downs the numbers were very low, less than 30%. So he now decided to pick another option to contact the candidates using text messages direct to the candidates and email as well. They also contacted the state governments to make sure they sensitize and make announcements throughout the various states in order for the shortlisted candidate to be able to attend this mop-up CBT.
When we talk about CBT, many people think that is 1 or 2. The exam is always on a very hard way. But when we got there, it was very, very successful. Not just as hard as many people thought it would be. It was very successful.
Going into Nigerian custom is something I've always loved to do, and me going into the service, I look forward to having that enthusiasm of wanting to bring out my best to effect the change I've always looked forward to in the society.
I'm passionate and I'm patriotic Nigerian, and I believe that Nigerian Customs Service has a vital role to play in reviving the economy of Nigeria, looking at collecting of revenue and tax. I will be patriotic and I will make sure that I improve and develop Nigerian Customs Service.
Which is a symbol of honesty and justice in the Nigerian Customs Service. It is a symbol of integrity. It is a symbol of commitment and dedication to duty. It is a symbol of patriotism, and above all, it is a symbol of trust. Today, I, the Controller S.A. Bomai, do hand over the affairs of Port Harcourt Oil and Gas Area Command to Controller Adiola. I hope and pray that she will succeed. I don't have any doubt in my mind she is a round peg in the round hole. Madam, congratulations, and I wish you the best. Thank you, sir.
Quick edition of the program, we brought you a report where goods worth millions of naira was intercepted by some of the commands in the country. For me, Igeseme Etinye, thanks for watching.